Hello, how's it going? My name is Victor Tinoco, and I'll be giving you my presentation over my internship at the Holiday Distillery. And during my presentation, I will be going over a couple of topics. First, being the overview of the company and work environment. Second, will be the description of my internship. Third, will be learning objectives. Fourth, will be my applied learning. The fifth one will be my personal growth. And sixth, will be pros and cons of the internship experience. Starting off with the overview of the company and the work environment, the history of the Holiday Distillery goes way back to 1804 when Thomas Jefferson was the President of the United States. Thomas Jefferson made the Louisiana Purchase and hired Lewis and Clark to go on an expedition because he wanted to gain more knowledge over the new terrain. The expedition started in St. Charles, Missouri, then went on to what is now Kansas City, Missouri, and Omaha, Nebraska. The expedition lasted from May of 1804 to September of 1806. During the expedition, Lewis and Clark discovered limestone springs, which would later on give Ben J. Holiday the idea to create bourbon in Missouri. Benjamin J. Holiday was born in Nicholas County, Kentucky on October of 1819. The city of Weston was established in 1837, and approximately 50 years later, after the discovery of the limestone springs, Ben J. Holiday, with his background knowledge from Kentucky, recognized the Springs Valley for the distillation of spirits. Limestone water is an essential ingredient in the making of fine bourbon because the limestone filters out iron of water, is rich in calcium, has lots of minerals, and the spring's high pH levels support successful fermentation. The Holiday Distillery opened in 1856 by Benjamin Holiday, where he started to age real Missouri bourbon. Mr. Holiday then passed the distillery over to his brother David Holiday in 1860. David operated the distillery from 1860 to 1894. The company then was sold to George Shahan and had the name switched to the Shahan Distillery. In 1920, the United States went through a period called the Prohibition that lasted until December of 1933. The Prohibition was the nationwide ban of alcohol to essentially reduce crime and corruption, solve social problems, and reduce some tax burdens. The distillery found a way around the ban and remained open for the production of whiskey for medicinal purposes. In 1936, the distillery was sold to Isidore Singer and was renamed to the Old Weston Distillery. Shortly after, Singer bought the McCormick brand name and renamed it the McCormick Distillery. In 1950, the company had a new owner, and in 1992, the company was bought again by business partners Ed Prichard and Mike Greaser. Through their ownership, the McCormick Distilling Company expanded from 35 employees to 186 in 2006. The operation also went from $50 million in sales in 1992 to $150 million in sales in 2006. The McCormick Distillery continues as a privately held corporation owned by Ed Prichard, Mike Greaser, who passed away in 2004, and a board of directors. From 1985 to 2015, the distillery went on a 30-year hiatus from distilling bourbon because the distillation column broke and dark spirits were going out of style. Through their successful and big expansion in sales, the company was able to install a new column in 2015 and start distilling again. In 2016, the company reopened the distillery to the public as they added a welcome center for tours on the water to bourbon process. The company was renamed the Holiday Distillery to bring back to its founder Ben J. Holiday. Essentially, the Holiday Distillery, it's an umbrella name where the McCormick Distilling Company remains and deals with the bottling and distribution side. But the Holiday Distillery is what the company will sell their top shelf bourbon under once it's released again, and or once it's done aging and ready to be released in spring of 2020. The Holiday Distillery is composed of 14 different buildings, each department operating with its own purpose and its required managers and employees. The McCormick Distilling Company's mission statement and values based on their websites are: the McCormick Distilling Company, located in historic Weston, Missouri, is the oldest distillery west of the Mississippi River, still operating on its original location. The company has rich heritage going back to 1856 and a well-deserved reputation for the offering innovative products, exceptionally quality, and remarkable value throughout the decades since. It's an unrivaled combination based on 160 years of experience and an ongoing commitment to the future. We resumed distillery tours in spring of 2016, so stop by to see it all for yourself. The atmosphere of the company is great. Every employee seems to be happy there. Customers are also really excited to be there as well. I haven't had to run into any problems or any angry or upset customer in the time I've been there. Um, the company has had the opportunity to create a variety of premium products, such as 360 vodka, tequila rose, triple crown, and five farms Irish cream, um, and an additional of many more family brands. All of these products are distributed to 78 different countries and all 50 states. Um, Based on my second topic, description of my internship. Since I started my internship, I have worked in two different departments. I have worked at the Welcome Center, and I have also worked at the Marketing and Sales Department. Every week, I work about an average of 33 to 40 hours. Um, at the Welcome Center, we have two supervisors and two team leads. The main supervisor of the Welcome Center is Jordan Germano, and the second supervisor is Jenny Toy. She is more of the event coordinator. Regular duties consist of coming into work at 9 a.m. From 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., we prepare the Welcome Center to open at 10 a.m. So opening consists of kind of just unlocking all the doors, turning televisions on to show our display, turning on the radios, turning on the lights, putting all of our mixers from the fridge into our bar area, filling up water jars, making popcorn, making coffee. Then I have to prepare the bar garnish for our cocktails. Lastly, just restock any items on the retail room for the day and put our daily cash in the retail and bar cash register. Once all of that is done, we're pretty much ready for business. During my shift, I'm in charge of working the retail store, get customers checked in for their tours, work the cash register, prepare cocktails, and provide samples of any of our products. I also have to keep check on our popcorn, make sure that we aren't running out of bagged popcorn for customers. I have to make sure that the water and coffee is filled, and I have to pretty much fill any of our mixers if they're ever running low. I also have to keep retail inventory in stock, and I also have to give tours. Every Friday morning, I have to come in at 8 a.m. so that another employee and I can go pick up liquor order, which is pretty much all the inventory we will need for the remaining of the week, or for the rest of the week. And so we have to go to the shipping warehouse, pick up inventory for the Welcome Center, deliver it, and go back to the shipping department to pick up a second order and take it to downtown Weston, which is where we have our McCormick on Main Street store. To conclude on my daily duties, I'm in charge of being a tour guide, like I mentioned. So each tour is anywhere between an hour to an hour and 15 minutes over our water to bourbon process. Monday through Thursday, every employee gets one tour time assigned to them, and Friday through Sunday, we normally get 2 or sometimes 3. So third topic would be my learning objectives. I have 5 learning objectives that I wanted to focus on to the completion of this internship. Learning objective 1 was to create an effective resume. This objective was partially met. I was able to sit down and discuss with my workplace supervisor my strengths and potential improvements of my resume. I have yet to receive constructive criticism and a grade from my faculty supervisor. So once I get that, then I should be able to complete that as well. Second learning objective was to develop skills competencies specific to an occupation or profession. I met this objective by developing critical thinking, problem solving, professionalism, work ethic, additional teamwork, and better communication skills. Third objective was to expand oral communication skills. So I have been a server for the past 3 years. So I have gained communication skills within the small groups, but doing this internship has helped me expand my communication skills to a larger group. While giving tours, I've had to learn how to use my outside voice, learn how to deliver my speech, learn how to breathe and reduce my anxiety to be able to sound loud, clear, and confident. So the fourth objective was to implement management skills in day-to-day operations of the Welcome Center and McCormick on Main Street in Weston. The Welcome Center is run by a team lead and the employees. There is no supervisor keeping check on us every 5 minutes. Supervisors are in their office doing their own work and will come around if some additional work needs to get done or if they need help with anything. so employees are kind of expected of them, know what is expected of them, and are given the responsibility to manage retail store and welcome center if left alone for a couple minutes or even a couple hours. Lastly, my fifth learning objective was to perform and manage stand-up-day functions. I was able to fulfill this objective by successfully learning how to count cash drawers, perform inventory count, run financial reports, and communicate end-of-day totals to supervisor and managers. My fourth topic was my applied learning, and so the classes I have taken during my college career relate to my internship in a couple of ways. There is three main classes that allowed me to understand what I was dealing with during my internship. The classes are sales and marketing, international management, and production and operation change management. Although I haven't had much time to get a lot of work done at the marketing department, I've gained great understanding on the three basic marketing concepts, such as creating a message, branding, and positioning. The internship has also helped me understand the promotion of business products or services to a target audience. Um, in international management, I learned about different business operations for a company expanding on a global level and expanding business in more than one country. The Holiday Distillery distributes to all 50 states and 78 different countries. As I worked in the marketing department, I have came to understand more about required business regulations and the procedures of what is required to carry out transactions that may involve multiple currencies. Lastly, in production and operation change management, I have learned about the management of the flow of goods and services. So while doing my internship, I was in charge to come in earlier than normal on Friday mornings to go to our distribution warehouse and pick up finished goods from point of origin to transfer to either the Welcome Center or McCormick on Main Street for point of consumption. I also learned about raw materials such as the grains used by the company to create fine spirits. The alcohol, once completed, would then be stored in tanks, ready to be considered work in process inventory as it went through the bottling shop, coming out of the bottling shop as a finished good um, in boxes ready to transfer to the distribution warehouse. Um, my fifth topic was my personal growth, and so over the course of my internship, I have matured in a couple of ways. I have learned greater responsibility by being in charge of managing a retail store. I've had to drive company vehicles within the company and out to the city of Weston. I trained and did multiple hours of classes and online courses over food handling and responsible serving of alcohol, where I am now certified. During tours, I am in charge of walking a group of people, anywhere from 1 to 20 persons, through an operating facility where I am in charge of everyone following the rules, staying with the group, and making sure no minors consume any alcohol portions or samples. Lastly, I have gained great oral communication skills, and so that'll just come in handy in the long run whenever we're having to deal with large groups, public speech. My sixth topic talks about my pros and cons of my internship experience. The most positive aspects of my internship, I would say, are the people. I absolutely love everyone I work with. I enjoy the friendships. It seems like everyone's really happy to be there. So I also feel like coming into work is a good thing. I don't ever feel like, bad that I'm going to be there for 8 hours. I'm pretty excited about it. The internship program has been great as well. I have had plenty of time to complete my assignments, and the faculty was helpful with anything I needed. There is nothing I would change over the internship or the Craig School of Business internship program. It couldn't have worked better and smoother in my favor.